Rosa presents Owl Song at Dawn by Emma Claire Sweeney, narrated by Helen Lloyd. Human speech is like a cracked kettle on which we tap rhythms for bears to dance to while we long to make music that will melt the stars. Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. And with the owls began my song, and with the owls must end. The Idiot Boy by William Wordsworth. Part 1. Chapter 1. I was in the honeysuckle room, doling out extra bedding the day Vincent Roper returned. The most familiar of details seemed so important now, the barber-shop band rehearsing in our lounge, the pale yellow of the blanket, the airing-cupboard scents of lavender bags, copper pipes, that smell of warm wool like a pint of milk about to turn, the toll the task had taken on my back. Perhaps I was getting too old for all this. Maybe Zenka had a point when she mithered me about leaving all the housework to her. But as usual, she'd shown up to clean Seaview Lodge in stilettos and a mini-skirt, so I'd set her to work in the kitchen out of sight of our guests. I allowed myself a breather, since the honeysuckle room afforded a magnificent view of Morecambe Bay, the pigeon-grey sands stretching out for miles until they reached the charcoal waves, the sky the shade of smalls gone through the dark cycle by mistake. When I spotted an elderly gentleman heading up our front path, I thought at first that he might be a Frenchman. Something about the cut of his jacket, the loose coil of his scarf, the rectangular shape of his glasses. But the high polish of his cane and the way he bowed his head to the wind with an air in between defiance and defeat, these things were unmistakably English. He paused for a long while, taking in Seaview Lodge, his hand on our front gate. Perhaps he'd noticed that our masonry could do with a lick of paint, or that the gutters needed repairing. When the man looked straight up at the honeysuckle room, a memory broke into my mind. A girl holding her sister above the waves, letting the water lap at the little one's toes, the child's elfin face all wonder as a wave froth caught in her curls. I froze, there, at the window.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?